How's about that? Good morning and good afternoon. And I should say to some of our friends who are jumping on from different places around the world, good evening. We just learned and we're reminded that it's actually midnight in Perth, Australia. And hello to you, Lynn Perry. It's depending on where you are. It's now Thursday, July 14th in Australia. And here in Houston, Texas, beautiful, sunny, seriously warm Houston, Texas, is still Wednesday the 13th. It is the John Lavenia Success Mastermind. Oh, and hey, let's go live. What do you say? Let's go live on Facebook. Why not? Let's see. We're gonna go live on. Oh, how about YouTube? Let's try YouTube. Yes. Oh well. You know what? We'll just go where we is. So continue Zoom. All right. Anyway, we'll do that next time. I should have tested. See, this is why you test things before you actually roll them out. So next time I'll take 3 minutes and do that. Anyway, nice to see you. I'm Glen Henderson, your host for today. Back on my regular shift, my regularly appointed Wednesday, and thanks again to Stuart Wild for covering for me last Wednesday while I covered for him on Tuesday, and it's nice to see you. Let's get the housekeeping acknowledged. It's a light couple of days. General sessions today and tomorrow with hospitality suites on either end. This Friday, don't forget, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, our good friend John Lavenia will be jumping into the hospitality suite or jumping into the room here, and you may come and discuss whatever you wish. Say whatever happens to be on your mind, and you will, I promise, be heard. Yes, indeed. It's Be Heard Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central, and Lynn will be asleep by then. No, actually, she'll be just getting up. It'll be 7 in the morning. There you go. Or 6 in the morning, Perth time. So the world goes round and round. And speaking of which, nice to see Lynn Perry with us from quite literally the other side of the world. It's great. And Catherine is here. Cat and the cat are here. Nice to see you. And what else have we got? Linda Landry and Edward and all those that are jumping on with the various interwebs and so forth. Nice to have you with us. And let's see. What are we doing here? What shall we do? I know. I had been having some interesting conversations the past couple of days. But before that, is it all right with you if I engage in a bit of shameless personal promotion? It's not actually self-promotion. It's promotion for one of my kiddos. As many of you know, my youngest daughter, Lizzie, who goes by the stage name Lizzie No, is in fact a professional musician. And she is in the midst of a quite successful career. She has released 3 solo albums so far. And guess what? There's a 4th one coming. And here is where you get to see about it. If you take a look in your chat box there, you see that link. Lizzie has just released her next big single. It's called, of all things, Sweeter Than Strychnine. That's my Lizzie, the coolest, hippest, sort of snarkiest sense of humor, and a great songwriter, great musician, singer, guitar player, phenomenal musician. So please, if y'all feel like it, do go check her out. So there you go. There's the moment of shameless in-house promotion. And there you have it. I am one of these people, and here's where our topic for today. I am one of these people that is getting better at reading the handwriting on the wall, at seeing signs, at taking the hint, if you know what I mean. And in this context, I had somebody, in the context of what I'm about to discuss with us today, I've had, in just the past few days, several reminders about a topic, an aspect of living which is and of right ought to be near and dear to every one of our hearts. And that is our health, our wellness, our general state of well-being. And I'll tell you how this came to my mind and a decision that I've made, and something that I'm going to encourage, a decision that I'm going to encourage each of us to also make, which I'll tell you about. Well, let's see what happened. Recently, maybe a month or so ago, I went to see my primary physician, for my annual checkup. And as it turns out, my weight was up a bit. Shame on me. And so there's that. I reminded myself that it's time to get the bike back out and hit the road. It's kind of warm here in the Houston area, so maybe early in the morning, kind of getting the bike back out. And we've got a rowing machine in the house too that we were able to get at a pretty good discount through a connection that we have. I always say it always helps to know a guy. And we know a guy, so we got a pretty nice rowing machine at a pretty nice price, which is groovy. And no, it has not, at least not yet, been converted into the world's most expensive clothing valet. No, I don't hang my shirts on it. Leave me alone. It is actually set up and ready to use for rowing. Come on. So there's that. And then, more recently, I went to, I've started doing something that's sort of, what's a good word? Shall we call it alternative health, naturopathic, homeopathic sort of a thing? Have you ever heard of detox foot baths? Where you either like put a little patch on the bottom of on the sole of your foot, and then, or maybe you soak your feet in a solution, water solution with minerals or whatever, and so whatever types of things, and it's said to draw the toxins out of one's body and help with overall health and so forth. Well, I have to tell you, I did something recently. I did one of those. I'm kind of cheating here and seeing if I can find the photo, the picture that I took of. I did a brief video recently of myself doing the foot bath and kind of soaking my feet in it. Oh yeah, here it is. You want to see this? Oh, you're going to love this. This is so wonderful. And of course they say, I'm going to share my screen here for a moment. And, as they say on the news broadcasts, this is your advance warning. Some viewers may find this footage disturbing. As they say. So, you've been warned. All right, here we go. Now, watch this. This is just like 20. Can you see that little time-lapse deal over there? Okay, watch this. This is what happened. I took a time-lapse video of this, and this was after having my feet in the warm bath for about a minute or two. Now, I took this sort of time-lapse thing and compressed 20 minutes into 25 seconds. Are you ready? As I said, some viewers may find this footage disturbing. Okay, just watch this. So the deal here is, ew, will you look at that stuff? That is what came out of from the soles of my feet after 24 seconds. Nice, right? So, there's a chart up on the wall. Okay, you've seen enough of that. You disturbed enough. Wasn't that great for grossing you out? Anyway, they've got a chart up on the wall there in the office, and it shows, well, if the material, that if your water turns a certain color, it's an indication that, a certain body system has toxins built up. And if it comes out black, for instance, it's, things from your liver. Or if it's kind of like white foam on the top, that's sort of like a yeast infection or things of this nature. You see what I mean? And so, yeah, they looked at the chart and compared the water in my tub to the chart, and they said, yeah, you've got everything pretty much. So, yeah. But I'll tell you, what a difference. What a difference that made in my own health. In fact, I'm going there this afternoon. You want to come? I'll shoot another video if you like. If you want to be grossed out again, happy to do it for you. So the first few times I did it, I noticed something. One of the things I noticed was that I walked out of there feeling a little bit lighter, almost like I'd lost a little weight. My head seemed to be a little bit clearer, a little bit. By the way, this ionic detox foot bath, in my opinion, serves as an excellent component to your hangover cure routine. And how I know that is none of your business. So there's that. So I really noticed a big difference. The other thing I noticed, I had been struggling with a sort of an allergic reaction almost all of my life. Hives, I'd break out in hives all over. Since I started doing these foot baths, the hives are disappearing. Huh, yeah. And this is after literally 40 years of no medical professional ever being able to figure out what I'm allergic to. Doing these detox foot baths, the hives are reduced significantly. So there's that. And so I just went and signed up for a whole new package of these foot baths, and I'm going to be doing them at least once a week for the foreseeable future. I'll let you know. And again, please feel free to enjoy the next NSFW foot bath video that I put up there. NSFW, not suitable for work. Pretty disgusting, right? But I was happy about it. So there's that. And then yesterday, was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday. I went to see a business colleague of mine who actually runs a holistic energy work or healing business. It's similar to what people refer to as Reiki therapy. It's sort of like someone who deals and works with the energy centers of one's body. Some refer to as the chakras of the human body. She's actually developed her skill in this area of being and brought forth her natural abilities and being able to sort of see and sense one's aura, which I, of course, as a Star Trek fan, refer to as your quantum signature. And so she's able to do certain work to help release tensions and renew the flow of stuck energy or clogged energy centers. Sounds all like fancy and esoterical, sort of new agey type stuff. Well, guess what? Kind of works. And so in having a conversation before and after the session, particularly after the session, it was pointed out to me that, I've got a number of things going on as far as tension and sort of energy flows that are inhibited in some way. And so I'm beginning a kind of a treatment program there, as well as a kind of accountability program that the therapist also offers as part of her package, as part of her wellness packages. And so there's that. The accountability program should consist in the main of a daily checklist of things to do. Um, Maybe meditation, what some people call mindfulness, maybe 15 minutes in the outdoors, just enjoying the sunshine or the warm weather here in Houston. 15 minutes of exercise per day, becoming more self-aware in terms of nutrition and what I take in and eat, what I allow to enter my body, things of that nature, and a daily checklist where, I'd be checking in with the therapist periodically. And so, through all of this, I mentioned at the beginning that I'm getting better at reading, seeing the signs, at reading the handwriting on the wall. I'm getting better at taking the hint. And so, yes, I've come to the conclusion that it is time for me to put a much greater emphasis on my personal health, my personal wellness. Because as you know, you've heard the old saying, right? I know I have. The saying goes, if you don't make time for your wellness now, if you don't choose to make time for your wellness now, you will be forced to make time for your illness later. And that's certainly true with me. As a matter of fact, in a couple of days' time from now, I'm going to visit with a couple of our medical professionals here in the Houston area and get some issues looked to. As Captain Kirk used to say, all right, engineer, I'll have my engines looked to. I'm about to go and have my engines looked to in a couple of days. And I expect good results, so there's that. But it seems to me, and I think most reputable health professionals would agree, that changes like this are best implemented a step at a time. Would that be right? Would you agree? And I tend to agree with that because I have myself tried in the past to completely turn over my whole life, change everything, stop doing this, quit doing that, drop all of this stuff, and now I'm an athlete again. I'm doing this. I'm working out 2 hours a day. I'm doing that, and none of this, and I'm not eating any of this. I'm not drinking any of that, and I'm starting it all today. I'm drawing a line in the sand, and that's it. That's pretty intense. And I know every time I've done something like that, I always made it pretty intense. And as we know, because we've heard it mentioned by our good friend, Reverend John Lavenia, it is an established fact that consistency beats intensity 6 days a week and twice on Sunday. So I am coming around to the belief that major changes are usually best implemented one at a time, one step at a time. So here's my one step. And I'm going to, all right, it's 2 steps. And I'm going to encourage each of us to consider one step, one action that you might take starting today, starting this week, starting today. One action that you can take to put you on the road or to take you one step further along the road to your own optimal health and wellness. So shall I share with you what my step one is? Every competent, reputable medical and health professional I've ever seen or heard talk about this, they disagree on maybe just about everything else. The one thing they do agree on, and I've never heard, and listen, if you've heard somebody say different, please let me know. I've never ever heard a single health or medical professional disagree that the number one most important, greatest thing that every human being on earth can drink is water. Lots and lots of water. Now, I will freely confess that until today, I've never really drunk enough water. And I think for many of us, if we were to have an honest conversation with the guy or gal in the mirror, we would be forced to admit that we probably don't drink enough water. What's enough water? They say, well, you should drink 8 glasses of water a day. Well, 8 glasses of water a day is certainly a good idea. What I've been told by a number of different people across a number of different health and wellness disciplines is how much water, the answer to how much water should I drink, the proper answer is it depends. What does it depend on? Pretty much depends on your body weight. From what I have been told, the optimal amount of water for the average human being, assuming general good health and not a propensity to water retention or fluid retention, you see what I'm saying. For an average everyday person in reasonable health, the optimal amount of water to drink per day is approximately 1/2 ounce of water for every 1 pound of your body weight. So in other words, let's take a simple example. Ladies, if you weigh 100 pounds, you probably ought to be drinking at least 50 ounces of water per day. Gentlemen, if you weigh 200 pounds, you probably want to be drinking at least 100 ounces of water per day. Full disclosure, my number is about 130 ounces of water per day is my optimal amount. Now, that's going to take some doing for me because I've not been accustomed to drinking that much water on a daily basis. And B, if I may make a confession, I'm not a real big fan of the taste of plain old water. I like to put a little flavor to it, which is why it's so exciting for me to have, stuff like I can, drop a little sachet in there and add some electrolytes to my water, or in another case, I can just add a little bit of flavor, no sugar, no caffeine, none of that other nasty stuff, just a little something to flavor the water up so I can stand to pound it down. You know what I mean? So that's me. And my personal challenge with water is just water. Well, yeah, okay, if you say so. That's sometimes gets to be me and water. But here's the thing. The other commitment that I'm making, the other change that I'm making is to get regular with my supplementation. Vitamins, as my British wife Paula likes to call them, vitamins. And now I'm giving you first-hand evidence. I am, as we speak, popping my morning dose. Well, there you go. I got a little more water down too. Probably drinking a lot more water. So those are the two things for me. Just 2 little steps. I have, as a matter of policy, as a matter of habit to this point, I have taken my vitamins on average about half the time. And that's not enough. Because I've got some really good vitamins. I, came across this really good vitamin regimen. And as with everything else, it's recommended that to get the best results, I need to be taking them every So there you go. Everyday vitamins and a minimum of a gallon of water a day. Minimum for me. So, the question for you, my friend, what one step will you begin today to get on the road or to take another step along the road toward your optimum health, your optimum wellness? Me, water and vitamins. I'm considering it one step. How about that? Water and vitamins. How about you? What's the one thing for you? Listen, maybe you are the health and fitness champ of all time. You are like the greatest of the great. I know that our good friend, the money mama there, Lindsay, she's a gymnast, for crying out loud. What does she need me to tell her about how to get in shape? Like, seriously, Glenn? Come on, man. But anyway, listen, I'm just
Hi,
telling you what the
Glenn.
man
Hi,
told me.
Glenn.
Water. Hey,
Glenn,
Linda, what's up?
well, I'd be careful with that amount of water because
Why?
I mean I've heard that too, where it's basically essentially half your body weight in
Mm-hmm.
ounces of water.
Yeah.
Um, Recently we attended a convention together, and I do remember her mentioning on stage that was a myth and that wasn't safe. So I would just do a little more research on that, because that seems like a really high number for you to be drinking. That's like
Well,
16 8-ounce glasses. I'm just saying, just be
yeah.
careful. That's all.
I appreciate it. And I appreciate it. You know, I and listen, Linda, I it's never my intention to point a finger at anybody, right? Other than the guy in the mirror.
Hmm.
I know that for me, I have too often um, expressed skepticism. Me, Glen Henderson. I have too often in my life expressed an almost affected skepticism concerning something that I just didn't feel like doing. That I needed to do, and I just didn't feel like doing it. And in this case, yes, it is possible to do anything to excess, sure. And is it a myth? The half ounce of water per pound of body? I don't know. I'm not a health professional. Here's what I know for myself. Whenever I have made it, there have been times when I've had like a few weeks of drinking my that water ration, half an ounce per pound of body weight, and you can't imagine the difference, the positive difference it made for me. And my skin cleared up. I mean, I've got pretty good skin, but my skin cleared up. I felt lighter, wasn't as bloated. Even when I did have those times of having made rather merry on the weekend, I ended up not feeling as bad the next day. My digestion was better. And when I would go to work out or exercise, I was able to go a little bit longer because I was well hydrated. Now that's me. Look, please understand the disclaimer here. I am not a health professional. It's not my place to tell somebody what they ought to do or how much or when, nothing like that. If what I'm doing for myself doesn't work for you, God bless America. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll make a deal with you. I'm going to give this 30 days. I'm going to give 30 days, gallon of water a day. And I shall report back. Is that fair? I'm going to give it 30 days of a gallon a day, starting with today. You know, like they say in some of the 12-step programs, one day at a time, right? So today I'm going to drink a gallon of water and see what happens. Lynn, how are you?
Good, thank you. I lost a huge amount of weight over a period of time, Um,
Round
Thank
of applause
you.
for Lynn.
One of the things I did was drink water, and the book that I read was it basically said when you feel hungry, you're actually probably dehydrated and you need to drink.
Yes.
So I took that very seriously, and for me, cold water tastes a lot nicer than just straight water. So I had water in the fridge, and sparkling water is lovely.
Yes.
So cold sparkling water was my wine, basically.
Nice.
And
Nice.
at dinner time, instead of having wine, I'd have cold sparkling water, but in a very pretty glass.
Nice.
So I had the whole psychological,
almost like Prosecco or something.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah. So that worked. That
Yeah.
worked beautifully for me.
Excellent. Excellent. Cold sparkling. Now, see, there's an idea. Cold sparkling, and I can still add my little flavor or whatever if I need to and want to. And it's
Well, sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. There's always a little surprise.
well, that's it exactly. That's it exactly. A little variety, right? So as I say, I'm gonna try that. And you know me, I'll be very straightforward with you. At the present time, I am not willing to completely give up alcohol. But what I will do, now this could be an interesting experiment. Make a commitment that I will double up. In other words, for every ounce of alcohol that I drink in a given day, I'll drink 2 ounces of water. So if I'm having, like, say, a 12-ounce beer, for example, I'm going to chase that down with 24 ounces of water. Now, of course, I'll be in the men's room for a while, but you know what? I'll live. Yes, Lynn.
I don't know if you're a wine drinker at all, but
We are.
Okay, what we used to do when going out to dinner with a friend, when we knew we were going to be drinking a lot of wine, was just put ice blocks in the wine, which is what the Greeks used to do, actually.
I've heard
and
that.
so it means you wine, you don't get so drunk so fast. It means you can get away with drinking less.
See, this is what I was hoping for, was some more like healthy back and forth and suggestions and tips and tricks from people. Yes, an ice block, and a big one. Get a big ice block. See, because the larger ice blocks or the big ice globes, they don't melt as fast, so they don't dilute the flavor of the wine as quickly as just regular ice chips or smaller ice cubes. So there you go. But the key again. The water. I'll let you know. And, well, I've issued myself a challenge now, haven't I? Gallon a day. I would love to hear, as we go along in future days and weeks and discussing these things, I would love to hear about some of the steps that you decide to take on your journey to, like I said, to get you on the road or to take you a step further along the road to your own optimal health. So there you go. It's me, it's the water and vitamins every day. And I'll let you know. So there you go. And the big thing for me, one of the big things for me, is Paula and I plan to go and see the rest of the world. And it's generally easier and more fun to do that if you're in good shape, health-wise, and so forth. And so, time for me to unload the spare tire, and so we can get back out and hit the road. And the other thing is, from a little bit more personal stand, Linda, what's happening?
Can you hear me, Glen?
I can hear you loud and clear. Please go forward.
Yeah, well, like you, I need to take my vitamins more regularly and also drink more water. Yeah, it's a daily struggle. So I guess I'll make the same commitment that you made.
Yes, I gotta run.
Yeah, not a gallon. I don't need to drink a gallon of water, but I do need to drink more. Yeah.
whatever amount
Yes.
of water makes sense for you, right?
Yep.
Bingo.
And like you, I want to get into better shape because I want to go visit Stuart and have a hike with the llamas.
There you go. Yes, we still need to have a mastermind event out by where
Hmm.
Stuart is. Yes, yes, indeed, and yes, please. The other reason for me is, which is a little bit more personal, I'd like to be able. I want to be around. I intend to be around to bounce a couple of grandbabies off my knee when that time comes. So there you have it. So I've got at least one water and vitamins running buddy. It's me and Linda. It's me and you, girl.
Okay.
Us. High five. We're doing this. So think about it. Give some thought. Just one step that you can take to get the process started or keep your process going. Love to hear about it later on and the results. I will let you know about how the gallon works out. Yeah, I anticipate I'll be spending a fair amount of time in men's rooms all across the city of Houston. But it's for a good cause. Lindsay is in with the water and vitamins. It's three of us. It's you, me, and Linda. Yas, it's the money mama. Well, it'll be easy for her. She's such a freaking athlete already, for crying out loud. Sure, just rub it in, why don't you?
I'm not
Such
an
great
athlete.
shape. What you say, Lindsay?
Thank you. Thank you. I do drink a lot of water, and I haven't taken my vitamins lately, but I'm back on track with taking my
Hey.
vitamins.
Okay, so what time would you like to receive your check-in accountability text every day?
Whatever's good for y'all. I
Excellent.
get a text to take my vitamins every morning and afternoon too.
We are doing this. We're doing this every day. You, Linda, Lindsay, and yours truly, every day at, let's say, noon Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to get a text from me. Hey, doing your water and vitamins? Or something like that. Noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. As a matter of fact, there we go. Let's see. How should we do this? Hey Siri. Remind me every day at noon to text Linda and Lindsay concerning water. Wait a minute. Let's try it again. Hey Siri. Create a reminder every day at 12 noon to text Linda and Lindsay about our water.
Okay, added to today's reminders.
Nobody gets off the hook. You commit.
You make that look so easy.
It's the funny thing. You commit to something around here, and somebody's going to hold you accountable. I love it. So it's Linda and Lindsay. And by the way, if you want to get on the list, if you want to get on the accountability text list, I am adding my cell number into the chat box, right? So there you go. And if you want to get on the accountability list every day at 10 a.m. Pacific time, noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, you will receive a text message, something real simple. Hey, don't forget your water and vitamins today. Simple as that. Sound like a plan? Love it. There you go. All right, my friends, I've got a business luncheon appointment, so I need to haul my hips on out of the house. And anybody want to hazard a guess what I'll be drinking with lunch today? Water. How do you agua? Oh, how do you pronounce it? This stuff that you can drink that'll make you healthier. Thank you for hanging out with us for a few minutes, my friends. Don't remember. Lindsay! Lindsay, I'm reading this verbatim. Please don't shoot the messenger. Lindsay drops into the chat. Siri calls me bitch and will not cooperate. Well,
It's true. I don't know what happened here.
I guess it's like the catty thing, the cat fight thing.
I don't know.
She doesn't like people that are more successful than her.
I don't know.
All right, so just let me know. Text me if you want to get in on the group. So here we go. We've got our water and vitamins accountability group right here out of the mastermind. Love it, love it. All right, my friends, thank you so much for taking the time. We shall see you in the hospitality suite and the Gen Sesh tomorrow. Make it a fantastic day. You and I absolutely deserve it. We'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.